Besides Flight 1549, there are other historical aircraft at the Carolinas Aviation Museum, such as this restored CH-46D aircraft called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It took part in a helicopter rescue mission on January 31, 1970, to extract elements of a platoon that had inadvertently wandered into a minefield. Private First Class Raymond M. Clausen Jr. of the United States Marine Corps guided the helicopter to an area cleared by one of the mine explosions. Clausen leapt from the helicopter, ran across the mine-laden field, and carried wounded Marines to the helicopter, all in the face of enemy fire. Clausen was awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroic deed. The AV-8B-1 Harrier is one of the world's first operational fixed-wing V/STOL strike fighters. It can take off and land horizontally due to the vectoring of the jet's engine exhaust through ducting to the movable nozzles on either side of the aircraft. It also has exhaust ports on the wing tips, nose, and tail that assisted in maintaining stability while hovering. The Harrier is still in active service in the Marine Corps today. The Distinguished Service Cross was awarded to many air pilots during World War I for their heroism in the skies. The Boeing Stearman PT-17 Kadett was the plane used by many pilots in World War II during their primary flight training. After the war, many used the plane as a crop duster, and some even used it as a stunt plane. The ANT-18 Link Trainer was a basic instrument trainer used in World War II. It featured movement through all three axes, simulated all flight instruments, and modeled common conditions such as pre-stall buffet and spinning. The Lockheed Shooting Star was the first operational jet fighter used by the U.S. Army Air Force beginning in June 1943. It has a maximum speed of 580 miles per hour at 7,000 feet, and its cruise speed tops out at 432 miles per hour. The Skystreak is a high-speed research aircraft made in 1947. The entire nose of the aircraft is jettisoned in an emergency, giving the pilot an unusual method of escape. The F-4S Phantom II, made in 1977, is essentially an F-4J with modernization such as smokeless engines, hydraulics, electronics, and wiring. It also has a radar homing device and a warning antenna. Its career was short-lived and was eventually replaced by the F-14s. The DC-3 was used by Piedmont Airlines from 1948 to 1963. The airline is native to North Carolina, with its former headquarters being located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In 1989, the airline merged into U.S. Air. At that time, Piedmont served 123 cities in 29 states. Piedmont Airlines had up to 24 DC-3s in its fleet at one time. Most of the airline's early routes were operated with a DC-3. Many DC-3s are still in operation, including this one, which is still used in air shows today. From the time Piedmont began flying in 1948, its popularity grew and eventually became the sixth largest airline in the United States in terms of passengers carried. It remained consistently within the top 3 of the U.S. flag carriers with the fewest complaints. In 1984, Piedmont was named Air Transport World's Airline of the Year. The DC-3 generally carried a crew of 2 and could hold anywhere from 21 to 32 passengers. It is still a popular airplane today among pilots. It has both historical and aeronautical value in the annals of airplane flight. The museum displays models of popular aircraft such as the Concorde, the 757, the 737, the 727, and a Fokker F-28 4000. The Kit Fox is a lightweight 2-place sports aircraft with excellent short takeoff and landing performance. It features folding wings and can be easily kept in a single-car garage. The average cost for one is about $15,995. The AH-1J Sea Cobra is one of the Bell AH-1 Super Cobra twin-engine helicopters used in Vietnam. It shares the proven transmission, rotor system, and T-53 turboshaft engine of the Huey helicopter. It was developed and used by the United States Marine Corps starting in May 1968. It included a new nose turret gun with a 3-barrel XM-197 20mm cannon. The Air Coupe was designed in the late 1930s. It has a 2-control system that eliminates the need for rudder pedals. World War II halted production of the Air Coupe, but then resumed once the war ended. Macy's department store marketed the plane in the 1940s for $2,994. It was advertised as spin-proof and could not be ground looped. It has a capacity for 2 and can reach 11,000 feet. The Space Shuttle tire is lightweight enough to be launched into orbit and sturdy enough to withstand the force of the landing back on Earth. They are made of nylon cords at angles for each rubberized layer. Each tire is only used once to land the 90-ton spacecraft. The tires for the SR-71 Blackbird are 415 psi, compared to 32 or 35 on a regular-sized automobile. It sits in a hot wing, so it has a thermal reflective body to keep heat from expanding the tire, and it also uses aluminum powder mixed with latex, which gives the tire its distinct silver color. The Boeing KC-97 cockpit is the refueling tanker version of the C-97 Stratofighter, which was a 74-ton multi-purpose airplane that combined both transport and aerial refueling tanker capabilities. It was used from the 1950s through the 1970s by the Air National Guard, the Military Air Transport Service, and the Strategic Air Command. It could accommodate 96 fully equipped combat troops and 69 litter patients as an air ambulance. The Norden bomb site was used in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War to help crews drop bombs accurately. Historical planes keep flying in the imagination of aviation lovers all over the world at the North Carolina Aviation Museum.